What's good, TMG fam? It's your boy L, Quarantine L, and I'm back with another reaction, man. How y'all feel? Welcome back to the channel. Salute. Now listen, man, all this quarantine talk brings in a lot of zombie talk. We hear everybody talking about the zombie apocalypse and everything like that. People right now, everybody's like inside their own brain right now. Everybody's in there just running around going crazy right now. So the zombie apocalypse is being talked about, all that. So I was like, yo, I need a zombie video. So I got the 10 zombie-proof vehicles you'll regret not seeing. We're gonna check that out, man, along with the 10 amazing handmade cars that are on another level. So we're gonna get into these two videos, man. Has quarantine made you start thinking about the zombie apocalypse? Have you watched enough pandemic movies on Netflix and Hulu and all that stuff yet? You probably have. I know Queen has. She's killing me with them, man. Every 5 seconds, she's talking about something new. All right, so we're gonna get into these videos, man. If you're new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button, man. Thank you guys, man, for all the support and everything. I just want to take the time to say that as well, man. Appreciate the love and support. And we're gonna keep it moving. Here we go. Let's check this video out.
Vehicles are undoubtedly one of the most useful inventions mankind has ever made. In most of our lives, they're pretty much a necessity. But realistically, it's pretty easy to take these machines for granted. After all, they've just become so normal. I mean, it's not—
I wouldn't say that. Vehicles have become anything but normal.
Not like they're saving you from life and death situations or anything. But then again, what if they had to? While your trusty car might get great mileage, it's probably not going to help you in case of the end of the world or even the zombie apocalypse. Don't freak out though, you've come to the right place. In case of zombies, just track down one of these bad boys and it'll be a smooth ride from there on. Let's get it on. Marauder. If safety's all you're looking for in a car, then the Marauder will without a doubt surpass your expectations. This absolute beast of a combat vehicle is more closely related to a tank than any regular old car. And luckily for any eccentric enthusiasts out there, it's actually available for civilian purchase for the low price of $485,000.
What civilian is buying a 400? What? Let's call middle class, like. What normal, typical 9-to-5 goer is gonna be able to afford that? $400,000, man. If you want to sell somebody on a zombie apocalypse vehicle, don't you think you might want to price it a little lower than that? Who can afford that? I'm not buying that.
All right, so that number might sound steep, but once you hear what this machine can pull off, and I mean literally pull off, you'll realize it's a veritable bargain. The Marauder is the ultimate attack, defense, and mobility vehicle. Walled in with no way to get out? Just make your own. Or if you're blocked into your parking spot by some inconsiderate parkers, no worries. The Marauder's climbing feature will treat those cars like they're little more than a speed bump. Plus, the Marauder's been tested and proven to be able to withstand an explosion of 20 pounds of TNT placed right onto its underside. For comparison, here's how a Hummer handles a blast of half that size. Oh, and did we mention it's completely lion-proof? Well, maybe not the windshield wipers, but the rest of it's sure to keep a lion or any similarly sized predatory cat at bay.
Now, don't get me wrong, that's a great selling point right there. That is a great selling point right there, because I'm hearing these stories about some countries releasing a bunch of lions out into the world. Like, that's a good selling point, but still, come down off the price. Make it attractive. Where are my car salesmen at, man? Which is crazy, bro. I drove by a car lot today and it just looked like a scene from a Wild Wild West movie. Like nothing's out there, pollen accumulated. Like everything is looking bad right now.
Avderos Shaman. If worse comes to worse and society collapses, you're going to be pretty upset with yourself if you don't have an Avderos Shaman. The Russian-made civilian tank is an incomparable survivalist vehicle that'll cover all your end-of-the-world needs. As well as having great handling on any kind of terrain, the Shaman is completely amphibious, making it the perfect tank for setting up a camp somewhere remote. It also has seating for enough people to populate a small village, which is an absolute necessity if you're trying to succeed at restoring society. On top of all that, this behemoth has a towing towing capacity over 12 tons. And if there's one thing I've learned from apocalypse movies, it's that there are a lot of abandoned cars you're gonna need to clear from the road. While trying to do that with any old truck would take forever, the Shaman could clear 10 cars at a time, leaving you with a clear road and plenty of time to work on your other defenses. And with a price tag about the same as that of a Land Rover, but with twice the wheels and 10 times the safety, the Afteros Shaman is an absolute steal. We're not saying the world's gonna end, but better safe than sorry, right? Quadski XL.
Like that vehicle there, what would I say? Basically, that one looks like it should be more affordable. The first one just looked like it was like a luxury style vehicle compared to the one they just showed, right? That one looks like it should fit like the common working person like myself. I think that one, I was waiting on them to show the price, but they didn't. So we're gonna have to look that one up and see what the price is.
Picture this, the world's collapsed after a zombie outbreak. Every country in the world—
Twinkies! Did he want Twinkies in that movie? Oh, what was the name of that movie, man? Oh my God.
has been reduced to a mass of shambling, hungry, undead monsters, and nowhere on land is safe. Meanwhile, you're ripping and riding the waves, having the time of your life without a care in the world, because you were smart enough to get the Quadski XL. This amphibious vehicle seamlessly lets you transition from land to sea, with its 4 all-terrain wheels that retract as soon as you hit the water. So, even if a mob of zombies are chasing you, you'll barely even notice, while they're left behind watching you ride into the sunset from the shoreline. The Quadski also packs a massive kick, hitting speeds of 45 miles per hour on land, and with its unique jet propulsion system in water, it boasts 140 horsepower, which is way more than any old zombie could ever hope to achieve. Really gives a whole new meaning to the term all-terrain vehicle. Night XV.
Show the prices, bro. Like, I'm seriously like considering some of these vehicles, man. Show the prices.
If you're looking to ride out the end of the world in style, then the Night XV was pretty much made just for you. This heavily armored combat vehicle is designed with luxury and comfort in mind. The tactical vehicle is made by a Canadian company that custom designs each individual Night XV based on the specs laid out by the client, with options including TVs and tablets that rise out of the dash and seat backs, wine decanting tables, lazy boy reclining seats, retractable tables for what I can only assume are caviar dinners.
Oh my.
And even built-in PlayStations. But just by looking at this Batmobile—
Sold. Built-in PlayStation. I don't need nothing else. I guess I can let the kids and I can let them come too. But the built-in PlayStation. So nobody else talked about that, man. I'm a gamer.
car, you can see that comfort isn't the only thing it's built for, much to the delight of the 17 people in the world that own one of these extreme vehicles, one of whom I'm pretty sure is named Bruce Wayne. The Night XV is completely bulletproof and even bomb resistant, perfect for any billionaire or
I saw the price tag though, $310,000. Gosh, that price got to come down a lot more first.
crime fighter who might have made a few dangerous enemies along the way. Ripsaw EV2. What vehicle's safer than a car, truck, or even a plane? Simple, a tank. And if you thought you'd need to enlist yourself to ever be able to drive one, think again. Meet the Ripsaw EV2, the commercially available tank that honestly looks like a prop made for a Batman movie. This insane tactical vehicle provides not just the best defense, but a pretty phenomenal offense too. It can tackle any terrain without any strain, and that really means every terrain. Mud? No problem. Sand? Easy. How about a massive incline? Come on, give this thing a challenge. The Ripsaw's treads can conquer anything the world can throw at it, and the carbon fiber and aluminum body makes certain that absolutely nothing is getting at you while you're steering this monster. Speaking of steering, while tanks usually require specialized training to operate, the Ripsaw is made so literally anyone can drive it with ease. So all you'll really have to worry about is finding a good place to park this thing. Inca's Huron APC. Societies can't exist without people, and if you're trying to keep enough people to restart society safe, then the Inca's Huron APC is the perfect way to pull it off. Much more than your average everyday party bus, this armored personnel carrier is designed to stand up to the toughest combat zones on Earth. Its bulletproof doors are resistant to basically any kind of ammo, and can withstand blasts from grenades or even landmines. No way something as flimsy as a zombie could even make a scratch on the paint. The massive APC even comes with a turbo turbocharged engine, so don't let its size fool you. This thing can haul some serious speed. Plus, it already looks like something out of Mad Max, so you'll be cruising through the apocalypse in the perfect style. Mercedes-Benz GL5.
Mercedes just had to be in here. I knew it. Mercedes had to be in here with something, man. Mercedes be on top of stuff.
50. Mercedes has for nearly a century held a reputation for luxury and reliability. But it seems for Texas Armory Corporation that just wasn't good enough. The American Armory Company wanted to go the extra mile to push Mercedes' reputation for safety to the next level. The company developed some of the safest bulletproof windows and car armor the world has to offer. And to prove it, the CEO of the company sat in the driver's seat with little more.
Whoa. Listen. Like, I trust my product, I trust my stuff, but I don't trust it enough to stand in front of somebody firing a gun at it. He's real confident, or dumb, or both.
More than a seatbelt on himself, while one of his employees fired an automatic rifle.
Woo! 2 headshots, like he aimed right at the head.
With the windshield. Either that guy's got a death wish or some serious confidence in his product.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't care, man. Like, it could be my product and all, and I can have the utmost confidence, but that much?
In the end, the CEO walked away with nothing but a smile and a whole lot of inquiries from interested customers. If you're looking to stay safe while on the move, the video really just speaks for itself. Range Rover Sentinel. Range Rover is a brand that's constantly going the extra mile to show off their car's amazing specs. The company constantly sets up crazier and crazier tests for their cars to tackle, from driving up 10,000 steps to driving down the sheer side of a mountain. There's no question that Range Rovers go above and beyond, but with the Range Rover Sentinel, well, let's just say that they went a little over the top. This one-of-a-kind line of armored luxury vehicles is made to provide unmatched safety without sacrificing any of the trademark luxury Range Rover is known for. The Sentinel comes equipped with a 360-degree armored 6-sided cell that ensures safety at all angles. It can withstand armor-piercing and incendiary rounds. A blast of 15.
So now you know I'm judging people that have one, right? I'm like regular, like normal people that have one. I'm like, all right, I don't need to be around you. Who are you expecting to come at you like this? Who are you expecting to blow up or just unload some assault rifle weapons at your vehicle? Who are you in debt to that much? The mob, like, I'm judging you.
15 kilograms of TNT to either side of the car, or 2 high-powered grenades on the roof and undercarriage. Even with the weight of all that armor, the car's got a souped-up engine, meaning it handles just as well as the Rovers that have driven down ski slopes or flawlessly handled at skate parks. At the end of the day, the company itself describes the Range Rover Sentinel best. It's a luxury all-terrain fortress. Bentley with tank treads.
Listen, I can't afford a normal Bentley, so I know I'm not about to be able to afford this.
Online videos from Russia involving cars have a sort of reputation for craziness and several different kinds of ingenuity. And faced with those expectations, the Russian YouTuber Akadem G didn't disappoint, with some of the roads in Russia not exactly being the best. What better way to stay safe is there than driving a tank? Well, it turns out tanks are just a little bit expensive, and that's never been a major problem for that good old Russian ingenuity. And if we're driving something incredibly safe, it might as well be luxurious too, right? Akadem G's thoughts exactly. The YouTube engineer bought himself the body of a non-functional Bentley Continental GT, threw in a Toyota V8 engine, and got to work designing, building, and mounting a set of custom-made tire treads. Being homemade, the treads needed a little bit of fine-tuning on their first test drive, but with a little elbow grease, the monstrosity actually managed to conquer the roads. The treads allow the—
I'm not saying that if you know what I'm saying, if I need one, it need to look a certain way. No, I just never would have pictured something like this. Something like this I would have never imagined, bro.
Luxurious vehicle to conquer all manner of terrain, including broken down roads, while the driver leans back in the genuine leather seats. With how crazy this thing looks, one thing's for sure: nobody's going to mess with anyone driving around in a homemade luxury tank, not even a zombie. Gibbs Humdinger. One of the best places to ride out any flavor of apocalypse, zombies included, is on your own private island. That's where the amazing Gibbs Humdinger comes in handy. The Gibbs Humdinger is a high-powered amphibious machine that switches from land to water at the push of a button. If you're worried about getting chased down by bandits or, worse yet, the undead, don't fret. The Humdinger hits highway speeds on land without breaking a sweat. The amphibious mode rapidly shifts from land to sea, and its jet propulsion engines get it from 0 to top speed in as little as 10 seconds, meaning any undead hordes on the shore will be eating your dust in the blink of an eye. The Gibbs Humdinger is without a doubt one of the safest post-apocalyptic vehicles you could ever need.
I got a dope name too, Humdinger.
Hey, you still there?
Oh yeah, we still here, and we about to check out some handmade vehicles now.
Your dream car is? Maybe a Rolls Royce or a Lamborghini. Probably something along those lines, right?
Rolls Royce is definitely one of my dream cars. Lamborghini is another one of my dream cars, man. Maybe one day.
Fast, flashy, and above all, very expensive. For most people, that seems to be the way it goes. However, for some incredibly creative people out there, money isn't stopping them. And instead of just going out and purchasing their dream cars, they get their hands dirty and set out to build them. While you'll probably never be lucky enough to see these cars in action, we've done the hard work for you. And today, we're gonna take a look at some of the most incredible, extreme, and downright unbelievably cool handmade cars the world has ever seen. Ready to be amazed? Let's get it on! Lamborghini Aventador. Many people dream of having a Lamborghini.
This guy.
But by the basic rules of economics, most people will never be able to afford one. While most people will call it a dream car, for Russian YouTuber and mechanic Ilya Strzelecki, that just wasn't enough. Ilya decided that a Lamborghini wouldn't just be a dream car, it would be a dream project. And so he set to work constructing his very own Lamborghini Aventador. Believe it or not, this insane blue supercar is built out of the basic components and engine of a Nissan Maxima, while the body was handcrafted and custom mounted by Ilya himself, as he details over the course of several months in several videos on his channel. To up the performance of the Maxima engine, Ilya handcrafted any pieces he couldn't find secondhand, or any that really just didn't exist because there isn't exactly a big market for handmade Lamborghinis out there. The homemade Aventador commonly turns heads whenever it hits the streets, and I totally understand why. You could stare at this car all day and never think it was anything less than the original Italian supercar.
That's dope, bro. That is dope, though. Like, I respect his willingness, his time, his effort, precision, all of that he put into this car. You know what I'm saying? And look at the outcome of it, bro. I salute him.
All in all, it just goes to show that you don't have to shell out $250,000 to get your dream car. You've just got to call upon your inner Tony Stark. Russian Cybertruck. Enter Garage 54, a Russian YouTube channel run by a rather ingenious auto mechanic who takes on a ton of original car building projects. After seeing the hype around the Cybertruck, Garage 54 set to work on making their own version of it. And at first glance, you might actually just think this is an unfinished test model from the Tesla factory itself. But take a closer look, and you'll realize that this is far from any regular old prototype. Tight, yeah! Made from the body of a UAZ van in actual scrap metal, the polished angular body really does match the look of Elon's crazy concept. While not everything about the car is perfect, for example, it has no doors, so passengers have to climb in through the hatchback, it's actually totally...
I ain't mad at it, though. It gives it style. It gives it flair.
Drivable, and has caused quite a stir on social media whenever passerbys in rural Russia see a car that shouldn't even be available in major cities for another year casually riding around. While this custom may be cool, I think I'll probably wait around for the real thing. Vader. Suicide Squad was many things, but this isn't a movie review channel. No, we're talking about cool handmade cars, and believe it or not, Suicide Squad actually featured a pretty amazing one. No matter what you thought of the Joker's redesign, You've got to admit that his purple supercar looks amazing. While at first glance this might just seem like a tricked out Aventador or Lycan, like something out of Fast and Furious, but actually this car, better known as the Vader, can be yours too for about the same price as a Toyota Prius.
What?
How is this possible? Look through the dreams and hard work of Matt McEntegart, car designer extraordinaire. Matt runs a custom car shop with the idea of bringing supercar levels of luxury to the average consumer. By stripping down all the body plating of average, affordable cars, he creates blank canvases on which to build whatever he can dream of for little more than the cost of fiberglass and paint. And with its sleek body and crazy handling on the road, it's easy to see why the Vader was the perfect pick for the kind of car the Joker might rip through the streets of Gotham in. Just remember, if someone tells you that you'll never be able to achieve your dreams, follow Matt's example and just make it happen on your own.
I'm going to look him up. I'm definitely going to look him up, bro. That's me. I like stuff like that, bro. Something different. Everybody's getting the Lamborghinis and different things like that. I like to be different sometimes. Don't get me wrong. I love Lambos and different things. But to get something different too, I'm with it.
Maverick flying car.
What?
At first glance, you might think the Maverick just looks like an antique car from the 1920s, but look a little harder and you might see... Is that a propeller?
I thought you were kidding!
Someone had not just the crazy idea to combine a plane and a car, but the crazy genius to actually construct it. And while you can whip around on the freeway in style in this classy looking car, tucked away inside is your ticket onto an airfield, a massive set of wings, and a crazy high canopy. Hit the gas down the airstrip and see a scene straight out of science fiction. A real flying car.
What? Look at that.
Bro,
That's unreal.
I'm with it. As long as they got a backup parachute on there, like I'm with it. I'm with that. That is fire. No, I'm not. It would have to have multiple parachutes on there. It just set into me about flying heights and everything like that. Let me stop. Got ahead of myself. Got beside myself.
With a price tag of $96,000, the Maverick might be a little on the expensive side for a car, but it's on the very cheap side for a plane. Honestly, it seems like the ultimate Uber ride. You can avoid all the traffic, turning plenty of heads all the while.
Oh, they know how to sell a vehicle. Oh, they know how to sell a vehicle. To skip traffic, and Atlanta traffic is next level traffic, bro. To skip that makes it enticing, bro. It does.
Land speeder. As colorful and deep as the internet can be, it's easy to lose sight of how cool some of the stuff you can find online is until you stumble across something really mind-blowing. Well, the land speeder is definitely one thing that could stir that appreciation in you. Plucked straight out of the alien worlds of Star Wars, the land speeder was hand-dreamed and designed by none other than a YouTuber, the imaginative engineer Colin Firth. Originally coming from nothing more than the body of a stripped-down golf cart, Colin has custom-fitted pieces of sheet metal, fiberglass, and other materials to make the iconic outer body of Luke Skywalker's original vehicle from the first films. Made to be pretty close to scale, the land speeder measures over 12 feet long and weighs just over 1,000 pounds, which makes it
That reminds me of like the Jetsons right there. He like brought the Jetsons back.
all the more impressive to hear that this heavy contraption can reach speeds of more than 40 miles per hour on the highway. Not sure how fast the real land speeder might have gone, but that's a lot faster than most things on a desert planet could probably move. At the end of the day, it goes to show that with some inspiration and a bit of hard work and determination, you can accomplish even the most out there seeming dreams you can think of. Batmobile. Of all the fictional cars out there, the Batmobile is arguably the most famous, and realistically one of the best. However, what better way to make something that's cool in fiction even cooler than by actually making it in real life?
That escalated quickly.
That's where Zach Miajlovic started his own superhero journey. Inspired by the 1980s iteration of the big screen Batmobile,
And that movie came out in 1980, man. Still one of my favorite Batmans, bro. Shout out to Jack Nicholson, man. To me, he's one of the best Jokers. Him and I think I want to say Heath Ledger were my two favorites.
Zach, along with the help of his grandfather, got to work constructing as close to a copy as they could muster. And while there are 9 other replicas of this version of the Batmobile in existence, Zach boasts owning the only one that's not only drivable, but legally able to be driven, which allows for some seriously awesome trips around town. Plus, if you've ever wanted to, you could even use it to make homemade s'mores. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a more unique vehicle than this. Limo Jet. Limousines are often seen as the
I've seen the limo jet.
peak of class and elegance, but for Frank D'Angelo, professional limo builder, a limo just wasn't high class enough. So, what's a step up from a limousine? Well, a private jet, of course. So, how do you make a limo or a private jet even better? Combining the two and fusing them into the incredible Limo Jet. No, really, look at this thing. It's an actual limo jet. The Limo Jet is a custom-built supercar, having cost over $1 million to build and listing at $5 million on the market if anyone out there is interested. Moreover, it's also entirely street legal, even while measuring in at 42 feet long. And if you're taking a ride in this fiberglass beast, the party doesn't stop when you step outside, with its built-in external and interior sound system, complete with 12-inch subwoofers and a whole mess of stealthily hidden speakers. While the Limo Jet doesn't exactly get airborne, riding around town in this is no doubt going to turn a lot more heads than you get in the sky, so it's a pretty fair trade-off for such a unique custom vehicle. And while it runs on regular gasoline, how you're ever supposed to park this thing at a gas station is something I don't think I'll ever figure out. Either way, if fueling up your $5 million Limo Jet is the biggest problem you've got, then life is probably going pretty well. Ice G-Wagon.
The thing look like it comes with like a stripper pole in it.
Russia is famous for being unforgivably cold, and if you've ever lived in the extreme cold, you'll know that getting your car to start under those conditions can be a bit challenging to say the least. But what better way to combat the cold than to harness its power and make it your own? It's actually what the team over at Garage 54 in Russia took on as a winter project, by creating a fully functional and life-accurate Mercedes G-Wagon entirely out of ice. Using the cold to their advantage, the team took the body and mechanics of a car and covered it in massive ice blocks, weighing a total of 6 metric tons. Whoa. And froze them into place with nothing but water and Siberian temperatures. Using an ice sculpting chainsaw, they whittled down the blocks to perfectly match the shape of the German luxury vehicle, and even added in neon lights that shine through the translucent body of the ice car and give it an almost magical air. The motor and other internal components are fully functional, and so the engineer behind this crazy cool contraption takes it out on the town to provide an impromptu show for any passerbys wild enough to go out and about in the Siberian winter. I'm pretty sure that thing's not fitted with heated seats, so I'll be more than satisfied just looking at it from a screen. Thank you very much.
Facts. I'm not a person that loves the cold, so riding in that with no heat, that's insane. Insane.
Cardboard Lexus.
What?
Cars are traditionally made of sturdy materials like metal, steel, or fiberglass, things that can stand up high-speed collisions and the elements of the outside world. But sometimes you've gotta push the status quo to get some heads turning. And after years of making ordinary cars, the team over at Lexus came up with the crazy idea to make a car entirely out of cardboard. Inspired by the art of origami, the team of high-class automotive engineers got to work on their unbelievable project that pretty much anyone would say is bound to fail. Against all odds and running on sheer determination and creativity, they proved all the naysayers wrong and created an incredible piece of automotive art. The interior of the cardboard car features every
I cannot lie. That actually looked pretty fire. That was dope, bro. I did not expect for it to come out and look like that. That was insane.
facet of an actual Lexus IS. From seats to steering wheel, even the wheels were perfectly crafted to be able to hold the weight of the body and the real mechanical and electrical components tucked away under the cardboard hood. All in all, the experimental project required over 1,700 individually designed pieces of cardboard, which...
Now, my only question is, if that thing ever caught a spark or any type of fire, fam, whoo, woo,
were able to be laser cut in a matter of weeks. The best part, it actually drives. Imagine being stuck in traffic behind a fully functional car made entirely out of paper. Just be sure to keep an eye on the weather, or things may go south pretty quickly.
or catch the rain and be all sunk. Oh man.
Cars. One of the selling points of crazy designer cars like Lamborghinis and Ferraris is usually the craftsmanship behind the car itself. The idea that there's something unique and special about not just how the car was designed, but how it was put together. Luckily, Chris Runji is definitely counting on that, because when he gets to work on some of his eye-catching, mesmerizing, and above all, original cars, it can take well over 2,000 hours to arrive at the completed product. But with results like these, the wait is definitely worth it. Using the same kinds of tool blacksmiths in medieval England might have wielded, Runji manually builds the frame and body of the car before hard-working the metal for the exterior, still leaving it with that smooth and finished look in a way that's just naturally way more impressive than anything off an assembly line. While based on the order, the price is always going to vary, Chris's cars are so precisely and famously well made that they can fetch a whopping $275,000 price tag each, and that's on the lower end. Still, one project can take almost 6 full months to complete, but with results like these, I'd say most people aren't gonna mind waiting for their custom Runji car.
Right. Right. I'm still thrown off by that car, that cardboard car, man. That's just intuitive, man, but it should never, ever, ever be driven at all, man. Y'all let me know in the comment section, man, what was y'all favorite? How did y'all like the zombie apocalypse cars, and what's your feelings on that, man? Y'all get at me in the comment section. Salute to everybody. I hope you're staying safe. Leave a like, share the video, subscribe, and stick around and stay tuned to the next reaction. I'm out. Peace. Y'all stay solid. Hey.